Good morning, and welcome. It's time now for Car Talk. Of course, it's Thursday, the sun's shining. Brad Doenges is in the studio. It's got to be Car Talk.
Good morning, friends. Yes, we're here on another beautiful Thursday morning. Boy, it was really nice this morning.
Oh, wasn't it, though?
Last few mornings, it's so nice out there. Went for a little jog, and there were some owls out in the trees,
nice.
and there seems to be so much wildlife and birds around our neighborhood right now.
It's cool. They're happy.
Is that, yeah. I've got our friend Audra Fogle from Sutton Avian Research Center here with me this morning, and I know you've got to run to go to a meeting here in a few minutes, so we're going to do everything we can to promote Wild Brew here in the first part of the show.
Well, thanks for inviting me to be here this morning.
Yeah,
we're excited. We're less than 10 days away from the event. And it's our 25th anniversary, and it just keeps getting better. You'd think we'd have it all complete by now, but we keep getting restaurants, we keep getting breweries, people are buying tickets like crazy.
Well, it's a big thing at Cox Convention Center.
And we will fill it up.
Fill it up. It's the greatest party ever hatched.
Absolutely. Drink a beer, save a bird.
There you go.
It's a good one, and it's a great one because it brings Bartlesville and Tulsa together in a unique way around the Sutton Avian Research Center and all your great work out there. And people who don't know, it's a hidden gem here in Bartlesville.
It is. I had no idea. I lived here for 10 years before I even realized that the Sutton Center existed. Yeah. And once I started working for the center, it's amazing. The kind of conservation work that's happening here in Bartlesville is amazing.
Really
and we are leading the nation in the recovery of 2 endangered species, that funny little Atwater's prairie chicken and the masked bobwhite. People don't think that happens in the middle of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And then we're also very connected to Oklahoma, and with our Breeding Bird Atlas Survey project, we are protecting and watching over our birds here in Oklahoma. And so at the end of the survey, we'll be able to tell, with all the stuff in the news about the decline in birds, we're in the middle of a study, and we'll be able to tell the health and distribution of Oklahoma's birds. And so we're proud to be a part of what's happening here. And then our education program, oh my goodness, Daniel is going everywhere. In fact, here's his picture. He's on the cover of our magazine, but Daniel has been in so many of the schools talking about, he connects to STEM education, so science, technology, engineering, math, but he adds that whole piece of wildlife conservation. And when you bring a great horned owl into a classroom, the kids are paying attention.
No, it is so cool to see the bird demonstrations.
It is, and they will be at Wild Brew this year, and so you'll be able to meet Artemis, our red-tailed hawk, and take a selfie. She likes taking pictures.
She loves to take pictures.
Yes, and we have these 2 obnoxious turkeys. Sergeant Pepper will be on full display, and he will be strutting his stuff and doing a little bird dance there at Wild Brew, and so it's always fun. We have a golden pheasant. Her name is Turbo. And she is just a gentle, sweet bird. And the kids, even kids that are afraid of birds, they're not afraid of Turbo. And so Turbo will be at Wild Brew. And, she is very comfortable with people. And so not only do you get to drink incredible beer, there will be, oh my goodness,
it's really food.
Oh my goodness, there's over 200 beers. We have wineries, distilleries. But if you're not a drinking person, don't think that you won't have something there, because we have Pepsi products. We're working with local soda companies. We have kombucha. We have mocktails. So it's not
and
all about the
alcohol.
You
can imagine every
yes.
kind
In
of
fact,
food.
we got 2 more this morning.
Okay.
But the restaurants, everything is free. You buy your ticket, whether it's general admission or patron. Buy patron because it helps the Sutton Center even more. Or if you can't come, you can make a donation. But the ticket, you get your tasting cup, and you get, your cup, you come in, everything's free. So you can try everything. If you don't like something, you can go spit it out in the trash can so you don't waste the calories, because you just will not have enough room in your belly to try everything.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a big night.
It's great.
25 years of this, too. That's so hard for me to imagine. I remember those first few, and, because I was involved in
the hangar.
Yeah,
when it was outside,
that's right. I mean, crazy how it's grown, and your work has expanded too in that time, and I know it really started with a few people's dream and kind of a vision to help protect the bald eagles, and it's grown to so much more, and really an international effort, so anyway, we're proud to support that and continue to. I know we've been providing Toyotas to the center for a long time, and Steve and the crew out there have been great customers of ours.
I think we've purchased over, it might be close to 40 vehicles over our 4 years.
They're not all Toyotas, but that does seem to be a very common trend.
They're Doenges vehicles.
We love that, and I love the private conservation effort that
Right.
you are. Really, it's
Right.
out there doing the smart stuff, using science and resources
Right.
to protect these important species. And people often we often take things like that for granted, but it's certainly a litmus of what's going on in our environment.
Right.
And we've had we live in such a beautiful world in our environment here, and we certainly want to do everything we can to protect it for
Right.
future generations.
Well, we're proud to be a cooperative conservation organization, and we really do try and work with as many people as possible
Yeah.
because, it just doesn't work if one group tries it alone.
Well, you
It would
have
get-
to. I mean, because you're
Yeah.
working with landowners, you're working with people doing everything, right?
We work with, ConocoPhillips, Phillips 66. We work with TC Energy. We work with all kinds of people because together we can get so much more done. And so I think that's one of my favorite words in our mission statement is cooperative. And you see that, when at Wild Brew, we think of everybody that comes to Wild Brew, our restaurants, our breweries, they are all partners because it is our fundraiser for the year.
Yeah.
And every dollar counts. As things become more and more expensive, everything is up. And so every dollar matters. When somebody comes to the event, and, here in Bartlesville, there may be people who can't come, but if they will go to our website, we will have an online auction that starts on the 21st. So the week before the event, we will have an online-only auction with some pretty great stuff that people could bid. Here,
like what?
and I'll deliver.
What tangible items then?
Tangible items. We have some artists that are incredible that have donated generously to the event. So we'll have some artwork on. We have baskets, we have gift cards, we have hotels, we have all kinds of things to do and see and touch. But yes, and I'm happy to deliver to Bartlesville.
If we piqued anyone's interest, tell them how they can attend if they're to get tickets. And you mentioned becoming a patron.
Yeah. So wildbrew.org, that's all you have to remember, wildbrew.org. If you go to the website, you can sign up for notifications for the auction. You can buy a ticket right there.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to support the Sutton Center and you can't come to the event, there's a place that you can make a donation right there. You can see all of the restaurants and the breweries that are coming to the event. So really, wildbrew.org is your one-stop place to go for information.
Excellent.
And you can buy a ticket all the way up to the actual event. Since the tickets are online, it makes it really, really easy.
And since it's in such a great large space, you can go and you can have a lot of people there.
Right.
You're going to have a huge crowd. I
Tickets
assume.
are limited.
Yeah.
So tickets
Are
are
they?
limited. We're not there yet, but we're getting awfully close. Hurry, don't wait.
Okay.
Because last year we had to close it.
Oh, did you?
And when we closed it, we had so many panicked people. The phone was ringing at the Sutton Center. And so we looked at it and we okay, we could sell 100 more tickets. And we opened it back up and they were gone within minutes. And so don't wait. It's a big space, but we will fill it up.
That's amazing. In 25 years, it's August 26th, 5 to 8 p.m. at the Cox Business Center in Tulsa. So get your tickets.
And if you're a patron, you get in an hour early. And so you get in at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
So you're there before the crowds. We have this really cool patron area that have special food, special drinks, special cocktails, fun things, games, comfortable seating. But even out in the event, there's lots of seating. We have a new band this year, Biscuits and Gravy.
Okay.
And so they are very, very popular. Something else that's new for the event, we're going to do live printing with Mythic Press. So you'll be able to print your own T-shirt. They'll print it. You can pick whatever color. And so it really is a customizable type thing. And so we just keep adding new things every year.
Sounds like a great time, and we'll encourage everybody to go out there and have a beer and a great bite to eat and support the Sutton Avian Research Center's wildlife conservation education efforts. They're so important.
Well,
So
thank you. We really appreciate your support.
Sure.
And knowing that we can count on Doenges,
Well-
not just for this, but for so many other things.
Well,
So
and
thank
we
you
love
for
to support, especially those education programs when you're doing outreach with the kids and helping them pique their interest in that. That's that sparks thing we like to talk about at Doenges, which is, just creating interest in things and learning, and you never know where that's going to lead. And it's led to all this success at the Sutton Avian Research Center.
has. Thank you so,
Thank you.
so much.
Well, I know you got to run and
I
work
do.
on the event. So
I do, but thank you for having me this morning.
Well, thank you for coming, Audra, and we'll talk soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a great rest of
Yeah.
your day.
Thank you.
Thank you for everyone who's going to support the Sutton Center.
Yeah. Well, Tom, that was very interesting, and it's great. And, as a segue, I just did get back from the Ford meeting, and lots of great stuff there. Boy, we talked about new stuff coming down the pike and all kinds of great incentives that are coming as we move on out of the 23 model year into the 24s. We're starting to get the order banks to open up on the 24s, and everything is just coming at us so quick right now. But deliveries, we've got... I think around about 40 Toyotas available, 33 or 4 Fords right now, and about 50 used vehicles. So people often say, boy, there a lot looks empty, but there's about 140 vehicles available right now, folks. So it's hard to get them all to sit still at one time out front anymore. They move around so quick, and we sell them so fast. The trucks come in and drop them off, and half of them sell, and the other half are going through service, and they sell as they come out, and so it is kind of a busy time. Heck, this morning I was there, and we had a little power outage, and half the Toyota dealership didn't have power.
Oh, goodness.
I didn't have lights in my office, but I had my computer. Very interesting. Hopefully they can get that resolved. It seemed to maybe be outside of our building, something going on, so hopefully that's getting resolved. But
I'm betting squirrel.
Squirrel?
Yeah,
I don't know. I think Transformer
Yeah,
and Squirrel, maybe.
and squirrel. We used to be squirrel.
So other really exciting stuff. I mean, maybe the most interesting thing we saw, and this is going to be revealed today. There's a brand new Mustang. If you go Google Mustang GTD, you'll see there's some talk of rumors of a reveal out at Monterey Car Week today, and this week. It's going on now, but I think today is likely.
Likely.
Mustang GTD. That is the road-going version of the GT3 mid-engine race car that Ford produces. I got to see a glimpse of what I think is that, and I don't want to get in trouble for revealing before Ford's reveal, but
we
this
understand.
is cool. This is a carbon fiber Mustang, really built from the ground up as a race car and for the road. It's going to be a premium vehicle, like a supercar for Ford, much like the Ford GT was. We got a glimpse of that. I got to see 5 other new vehicles that'll be coming out later, revealed later this year and early next year in the 24, 25, and 26 model years. Interestingly, they didn't show any new electric vehicles they're coming out with. We did learn they're going to triple production of the F-150 Lightning and Mach-E in the second half of this year. So folks that have been wanting to test drive these vehicles and experience them before they take delivery are going to finally have the chance. And I think that's going to really open up people's eyes to the great nature of these vehicles. It's, they're not for everybody, but for a certain person, they're going to be just great vehicles and great for your lifestyle. I got to demo the new version of the Ford Blue Cruise, which we've talked about before. It's essentially what they call adaptive cruise control, but it makes it so in certain roads you can actually drive hands-free, and that's true hands-free driving. Ford's version of that is called Blue Cruise. It is the top advanced driver assistance system rated by Consumer Reports in 2023, and we got to drive the version that'll be coming out with the all-new Mach-E in 2024. And it has new features like lane change, Did all that on the highways out there in Las Vegas. So, I mean, lots of traffic everywhere. It was amazing how well it handled, and it really is such a cool system. I think people really need to come check that out. You know, we do have, you know, it's really, essentially, they've mapped out the 4-lane divided highways of America. 97% of them have Blue Cruise ability.
Nice.
Unfortunately, Highway 75 between Tulsa and Bartlesville is not in the 97%. It's in the 3. But I've had a big, long talk with Ford about that, encouraging them to get us mapped up here. But
Please do.
You get down to Tulsa, you get on the turnpike to Oklahoma City, the car will essentially take over and do a lot of the driving. If it sees your eyes aren't in the right place, it'll tell you. It'll say if it can't handle it, you need to take over. But it is truly, you know, I know people are looking at me like you are now, a little skeptical maybe, but
Does the horse really know the way to turn the sleigh?
but I tell you, this stuff is coming, folks, and it really is great technology. You know, I think most people in just daily driving, you don't necessarily need it. But on those long road trips, say you're taking a trip to, you know, we've got a trip to Arkansas this weekend for a soccer match, and we'll be going over and back, about
Long
5
trip.
hours of driving. A lot of it on the highway, on those roads, and we'll be out there able to use the Blue Cruise, and that'll be a great to help us connect. And you know, we talk so much about the cars and their the nature of that they're really more than a vehicle now. They're computers. They help you connect to your digital lives. You know, it provides that seamless connection to an integration with your vehicle and your digital life. You've got, you know, convenient features like all kinds of things, you know, that come standard with Fords that don't necessarily, most of them cost something with other brands. Things like remote access, phone as a key, trip planners, pickup and delivery of your vehicle and service reservations. You can see your service history. You've got Ford Pass Rewards, the Ford Power Up program, where you can, you know, on an F-150, you can actually power your house. But Ford now will also continually is giving updates to your vehicles through the connection they have through the modem that comes in your vehicle. It allows for roadside assistance, 911 assist, warranty assist, collision assist, vehicle health alerts. So if your car has a check engine light come on, we're going to know about it and be able to help with that. So it's an incredible tool, and a lot of it comes at no cost to you.
Great.
And then they're starting to come out with really great premium services that I think are going to be interesting to people as they get in and explore these vehicles, and you know, so things like Wi-Fi hotspots, Alexa in the vehicle, the Blue Oval charging network, and connected navigation, Blue Cruise, which I mentioned, and all kinds of other stuff that's coming around the corner. And so we did spend a lot of time on this other stuff that's, you know, would be, you know, sounds like we may be selling software as much as cars in the future.
My goodness sakes.
It's interesting, isn't it? That's what I spent a lot of time with the sales team yesterday talking about that. You know, on the other end of the spectrum, we also talked a lot about Bronco. You know, Bronco's a great lifestyle vehicle. We delivered 2 yesterday. You know, those were custom ordered by our customers, and you should have seen the smiles on their faces when they got their Broncos. And anyway, the 20-form order bank is open now. We were waiting yesterday afternoon for it to open, and I believe it finally did. We're still gathering information from the order guides, and we should be able to place your order now or help you get that started. So if you're interested in that, let us know. You know, a lot of things come with your Bronco that's really, I think, great in helping you get out there. You get a complimentary 1-year membership in the Bronco Nation, which gives you access to the Bronco base camp events, Bronco gear, unique content, pricing on all kinds of accessories and things you can do to your Bronco. You can use your Ford Pass Rewards points you get to actually get those for free in many cases. And then members-only features like maps that show you where special trails are in your area and all kinds of cool stuff. And then the other thing is you get an invitation to the Bronco Off-Rodeo. And this is something that a lot of people are not aware of, and a lot of the Bronco owners don't take advantage of. I learned only 3% of them are going to these, but and the closest one to us is probably in Austin, Texas. So it'd be a bit of a trip. But what you get is a free day. It's about a $2,500 value, and you get trail drives led by off-road experts, and they show you how to get the most out of your Bronco SUV and its legendary capabilities. So you're really going to have some fun. They've got some trails built out there and adventure sets. You don't have to drive your Bronco, so you're messing around with somebody else's.
Okay.
And you got professional drivers with you showing you how to do it, and it's a blast. And several of us have been out to do it, and I think I just would encourage everybody to do it. We're talking about creating a local version of that out at the Doenges Ranch. And where we'd like to, we've got some trails and roads out there, and maybe we'll get a group of our Bronco owners together and kind of have a Bronco event out there and do a little trail riding and show you what we know. But I think you'll learn a lot more at the Bronco Off-Rodeo. I promise you that. I mentioned there's a lot of vehicles coming. Another new one that will be right here. I mentioned the fancy GTD Mustang. Now we've got a brand new 24 Mustang. This is an all new Mustang. It'll be out, great looking little sports car. And our first one of those is expected to arrive any day now. It's about the next week or so. It's a Ford GT in the dark gray color. It's a beautiful vehicle. It's still available. We've got several orders of those coming. We've got Bronco Sports coming, all kinds of great deals on everything on the ground. We're going to sell, right now we're moving the 23s need to go. And, really what we've got is a situation where it's probably the best discounts, the deepest discounts we've had since 2019, Tom. And this will be on anything on the ground in stock. We'll be able to discount that. We put great pricing online. There's a lot of great interest rates available right now. I think Ford has a number of them that are incentivized in the 1.9, 2.9, and 3.9 range. Some of those with rebates and other deals out there too. So, boy, just take a deep breath.
That's a lot of Ford going on.
Well, you get all that information. Like I said, I think I went to 6 or 7 breakouts on different subjects. And they really load us with information when we're there, and it's great to get excited about Ford and really know where the brand's going. Got to spend some time with the leadership there. I met a new Ford employee, Stacy Ferreira, who is a great young lady. She started 2 companies in Silicon Valley that went on into private equity buy-ups and has been involved in all kinds of great corporate leadership and riding, and now working for Ford, working in their Model E team. They've brought in a lot of great people from Apple to work at Ford, and I think Ford's just really doing great. I got to spend some time with Jim Farley, who's the head of Ford, and the chairman, Bill Ford, was there also and spoke to us, and so we got some great insight from the leaders about what's going on, and that's important in this time of a lot of change, a lot of fast change. I know our employees are, their heads, when you talk about things like hands-free driving.
It's kind of a little hard to wrap your head around,
and pickup and delivery and remote service. These are stretches, and these are things that we got to learn about and help our customers and guests learn about. So it's part of that process. It was really exciting, and I think I'm very optimistic about Ford and where we're going there. I think we have the best product we've ever had, and it's just going to keep getting better over the next few years.
Sounds like it.
It's really exciting.
Yeah. Wow, it sounds like you had yourself a great few days out there.
It was awesome. It was really good. I do think some of the hallmark vehicles, things like Super Duty. We've got a brand new one out now. It's really exceptional. Those are hard to get, but it's still the best truck built. F-150 for 24. We learned it's going to have a little reduction in the complexity. F-150 is a big vehicle. I mean, there's lots of different trim levels and option packages available, and different cab configurations, bed lengths, engines, all kinds of.
No two are the same.
And I think one of the breakouts they talked about having a potential to build 1.6 billion. It's a B. 1.6 billion different F-150s.
I believe it.
In 2022. They reduced that in 23 to about 1.5 million different varieties. But that's just too many, folks. I mean, I can't stock that many. So, I know that's it. So, we don't, frankly, it needs to be a little bit simpler. We know what sells the best, and so they're simplifying it even more, and I think that's going to help a lot with pricing and discounts on the Super Duties and the F-150s. We got word yesterday of a big discount on the hybrid F-150 for 23. There's a new discount of $1,900 on that. The 23 discount, that's coming right off the price of the vehicle. Started 2 days ago on F-150 hybrids, and that is such a great technology too. These trucks do more and more. I mentioned the F-150 Lightning can be turned around to power your house. That's a really great technology, and one of those things we can help you with at Doenges.
Don't wait till winter and the ice storms.
No, that probably. But like I experienced at the dealership today, you never know when the power's going to shut off.
Bring the lightning.
There's a little bit of work that has to be set up in your house for that to work.
But still, to know
our
it's
team
there.
has lots of great tools to help you with that. It's called Intelligent Backup Power on the F-150 Lightning, and you can, really power essentials. Some of the stuff that you don't need, like hot tubs and stuff that use a whole lot of power, it probably won't work well on. But things like lights, Wi-Fi, refrigerator, freezer, outlets,
things
your
you
phone,
need.
Charging. If you lose power, your truck would actually be able to power your house for 2 full days.
Wow, that's amazing.
Isn't that amazing? So that's just on the Lightning. And, if you're interested in one of those electric vehicles, like I mentioned, we've got some on the ground now. I've got a couple of Ford Mach-E's and several Ford Lightnings that we're going to be building and speccing out over the next few weeks. So if you're interested in getting something on that, give us a shout.
How do we get a hold of you?
We'll be out there at the dealership at 1901, 1911 Southeast Washington Boulevard. Just in a few minutes, I'll be back out there. Or you can call us at 918-333-0900, or we're at DoengesChoice.com.
There you go. You can find anything you want at that one website.
And go to wildbrew.org and get your tickets to the 25th Wild Brew celebration.
Thanks for listening